We're often told patience is a virtue, but we don't always learn why. Here's why it's important to learn patience and the value it brings to our lives. Welcome to She Defined. I'm your host, Sharon Green, and today we're talking about patience and specifically why it's important to learn the art of being patient. Patience, arguably one of life's most fundamental skills, is something that will determine whether the drive home, a wait in a queue, or a social situation will be experienced with ease or hardship. As children, we are likely at our most impatient. When we couldn't have what we wanted in the moment we wanted it, tantrums ensued and all hell broke loose. Throughout our lives, we may recall moments where we were ordered to be patient or that patience is a virtue. But can you remember being distinctly taught how to be patient? Perhaps this is why our childlike impatience has been transmitted to our adult world. You see drivers losing their cool in traffic, online readers leaving angry comments before reading the full article, and frustrated outbursts when people have to wait in a queue. In the evolving world of instant gratification, our expectation of immediate results is oozing into every aspect of our lives. We live in a time where retailers can give us same-day delivery, movies and TV shows stream in moments, and smartphone apps significantly reduce or completely remove the wait for a taxi, your next date, or a booking at your favourite restaurant. As a result, we're all becoming more impatient than ever. David Kane, who explores topics about the human experience on his blog Raptitude, has shared similar thoughts on patience and how we can be more patient. He describes patience as nothing more than the willingness to live life at the speed at which it actually happens, and says impatience is always stabbing at the impossible. Think about the process we endure when feeling impatient. When we're sitting through a boring work presentation, we're fretting about when it will be over. When we're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, we're fuming that it's not moving faster. When we're told a flight is delayed, we get irritated with having to wait around. These reactions remove us from facing our current reality and force us to focus on our expectations of how things should be. All the stewing and worrying and fighting with our current situation does nothing to improve or change it. Getting angry with waiting doesn't make the queue or the traffic move faster, but sitting in that situation feeling disgruntled makes it rather unpleasant. Why are we never taught how to be patient? This concept of having unpleasant situations because we choose to be impatient in those moments can be eye-opening. I don't know about you, but I'd like as few unpleasant moments in life, especially if that's a choice I can consciously make. Given how life-changing this approach could be, why are we not taught how to be patient? Buddhist teacher Duda Baldwin says it comes back to living in a world of doing and having. We are raised in a way where we learn and strengthen our focus on achieving, getting to the goal, getting our desires. Our society educates us that in order to be happy, we have to achieve certain things, she said. This culture of expectations with a certain deadline for all aspects of our lives is contradictory to patience. We don't learn patience in our society because it clashes with the Western world value system. How can we learn to be patient? The good news is that patience can be learned. Clinical psychologist Dr. Lillian Nejad says while we are not born with patience, it is a skill that can be learned over time to enable us to adapt to our environment. Learning about the importance of patience and strengthening your patience skill requires practice, and you can start by monitoring your impatient thoughts, feelings, and behaviours. Dr. Nejad says, ascertain the frequency of your impatient experiences by making a note of every time you feel frustrated. This information helps you understand your level of impatience and the specific situations in which you are most vulnerable. Then, you need to make the decision to be patient in the moments where you lose your cool. By making changes to how you respond in these situations, you can modify your thoughts and behaviours associated with them. For physical responses, if you tend to clench your hands, notice this response and then purposefully unclench them. If you feel tightness in your chest, take a deep breath. If you grimace, try to smile. These physical actions are very effective at reducing levels of anger and frustration. For thoughts, say to yourself, it's fine, it's not the end of the world if this takes longer. I can cope with this. For behaviours, choose to behave opposite to how you would normally behave. For instance, instead of yelling or rolling your eyes, be extra polite and warm to the person who is causing you delay. And for those of us who truly want to work on our patience, Dr. Nejad recommends seeking out opportunities to practice patience. Challenge yourself regularly by putting yourself in situations that would normally lead to impatient responses. Wait in the longest line at the grocery store, drive behind a car with an L plate, and talk to your most long-winded friend. Before you know it, you'll be a patience expert. Why is it important for us to learn patience? You're probably thinking that's all good and well learning to be patient, but what do we gain from being patient? What truly is the importance of patience? Thankfully, the outcomes are incredibly beneficial. For one, you'll be equipped with the ability to make challenging daily situations feel infinitely less awful. Miss Baldwin says when we are patient, we remove ourselves from a place of fear and enter a place of more joy. We also gain clarity. When we remove rush from our mind, we get better ideas on what we truly want and what is the best solution to our desire or problem, she said. When we exercise patience, we also experience more compassion and kindness for ourselves and others. Miss Baldwin says, we can be more present and not make a big fuss purely because we got ourselves into a state of nervousness and panic. We gain more energy because we are less tense, and we improve our relationships because people are drawn to us for our positivity. And wouldn't we all love a little more of that? What are your thoughts on practicing patience? Are there any strategies you've used to become more patient? If so, I'd love for you to share your tips in the comments section below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to She Defined. It really helps our channel and we appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching.